Darling, you send me, I know you send me, darling, you send me, I know you send me, darling, you send me, darling, you send me, I know.
What is up, guys? Mike from Ability Science, and it is Friday. I am just leaving the hospital and I get to enjoy my weekend because I am not on call. So as you can tell, I'm a little bit excited. Just wanted to talk about something today that Jim and I thought would be an interesting follow-up to the last vlog about motivation. And it's kind of like the yin to the motivational yang, and that's stress reduction. So, last week we talked about being motivated and studying hard and trying to, find the willpower and the energy to get stuff done. But you can't always be motivated. You can't always be getting stuff done. You also have to take some time for yourself. You also have to relax a little bit, and you have to let yourself unwind, or it's going to be really unhealthy for you. And so what we wanted to do today was to just kind of talk about some things that the guys over at Ability Science recommend to medical students or to anybody who's in a really labor-intensive program to reduce some stress levels and to find a little bit of relaxation and a little bit of balance to their life. The first one is exercise. I know that in medical school and in any kind of labor-intensive program, exercise kind of takes a back seat to all the other things that you have to do. And that's the most backwards mindset that we can possibly have, because we're trying to convey all of this health to people and how to be healthy and what they can do to try to feel better about themselves and to live a healthier life. And then we will sacrifice going to the gym for studying for an extra hour or two. We know that this is wrong. We know that this is unhealthy. We know that this is bad, and yet we still do it. So we really need to make a conscious effort as young doctors, as students, to exercise a little bit more, get those endorphins going, get that stress relief out, and then that'll allow you to sit down and really focus and hit the books when you need to. Number two are having creative outlets, having something other than medical school that you're interested in, that you enjoy, and whether that be painting or playing the guitar or the violin or shooting vlogs and doing stuff like this. I mean, I had no idea how to do any of this stuff, and I started watching a YouTube vlogger. Most of you may know him, Casey Neistat. The guy is unbelievable. His vlogs are so inspirational, and he just vlogs about his daily life, but they're so interesting to watch and to see. And I was like, how could we do this for medicine? How could we do this about medical things so that we could get people interested in healthcare? And that was kind of the brainchild of how this whole thing came to be. And so, I've used a lot of that stuff as kind of inspiration as to how to get an audience, how to get people interested in healthcare, and being just creative and shooting these videos and doing all this stuff has been awesome. I mean, it's been a great break from studying, and then I get to post it on Facebook and watch and see how it's doing and all that stuff. So it's a good creative outlet to have. And so creative outlets, I think, are another way that you can reduce stress. You can distract yourself from the studying a little bit, but it's not destructive. The third thing is something that the American Medical Association has recommended multiple times, and that's goal-directed planning. We're not going to get into goal-directed planning too much, but what we are going to do is we're going to post a link down below to an article that the AMA recently did about goal-directed planning, and you can read a little bit more about that. The last thing that we're going to talk about, Jim and I both kind of have a passion for. And Jim more so than I. He's spent a lot of time researching this, but I really think that this is something that students can use, that patients can use, that everybody should try to involve and do in their life. And that's meditation, and specifically a really easy form of meditation called mindfulness meditation. So the principle behind mindfulness meditation is not driving in New York City. Really, the principle behind mindfulness meditation is throughout the day, we kind of go through the day and we don't really think about what we're doing. A lot of the time, it's just kind of like autopilot, and that's being mindless. And when you start to think about what you're doing and you bring it into your actual consciousness, that's called mindfulness. And mindfulness meditation works on that principle that if you can bring and control your own thoughts and not just be mindless and be a byproduct of your own subconscious thoughts, you can control your stress, you can control pain, you can kind of block out some of those negative things. And it really works. I mean, there's tons of clinical data on it. There is tons of studies on it, and we just think that mindfulness is a great way. It's a great introductory type of meditation, and it's also great because you don't have to be doing it all the time. You can take breaks. You can do it midday while you're sitting at your desk. You can do it in the library. There's lots of different ways that you can utilize mindfulness in your everyday. And because we so strongly support mindfulness, and we think that it's great, and we think that it'll benefit from you, we're going to actually do something that we think might be useful for anybody who's in a very labor-intensive program, healthcare, whether that's nursing or medical or chiropractic or osteopathic or whatever you're doing in healthcare. We know that you're studying hard. We know that it's really stressful. We know that you're motivated, but you can't be motivated all the time. And so we want to give you a tool that you can use. And that tool is we're going to do a study mindfulness session that when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're feeling overworked like you're going to be feeling, you can flip this on. You can watch this little 5 to 10 minute video. You can center yourself. You can calm yourself down, and then you can go back and you can attack your studies and you can do what you were supposed to do. So stay tuned. We're going to be releasing that stuff really soon. Jim is going to film that, and we're going to get that out to you guys ASAP. And we think that that'll be really good. And what we also want is we want some participation from you. We want to hear back from you guys. What do you do to de-stress yourself? You can't be studying all the time. So what is it that you're doing? Tell us your relaxation techniques and your stress reduction techniques, so that maybe that can help another student who is going through one of these labor-intensive programs. All right. So take care, guys. Make sure that you like, comment, follow us on all the social medias and all of that good stuff, because that's the only way that we can really expand and get a bigger audience and get more people involved in the discussion. And we hope that you guys enjoy the content. As always, we'll see you again next week, and have a good day.